Yeah, so there's a lot of excitement, of course, in artificial intelligence, and that was really sparked by the launch of ChatGPT back in 2022. And so today we're going to talk about the future of OpenAI, which is a company behind, of course, ChatGPT, and we're joined by Jason Kwon, Chief Strategy Officer at ChatGPT maker OpenAI. Welcome to Asia. There was a lot of course, speculation about what you're doing here, where you're going, what your plans are. Now that you're, can you just shed some light about what you're hoping to achieve in this region?
Yeah. So first of all, thanks. It's great to be here, and thanks for making some time to chat with me. So one of the things that we've been talking about recently is our OpenAI for Countries initiative. But before I even get into that, I think one of the things for us to really emphasize here is that 2025 is going to be the year of international expansion for OpenAI, and Asia is really going to lead the way. And one of the reasons for this is if you just look at the explosive growth that we've had in the region over the last year, we've got about 3x year-over-year growth in Southeast Asia alone. Singapore itself has the highest per capita usage of ChatGPT. It turns out that people in Singapore really like AI. And I think even in Singapore, which has been an early adopter of AI, you've got, I think, about a doubling of doubling of usage in terms of weekly users. And you've also got increasing growth in other regions of the area, like Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam, where you've had growth of about 8x in terms of year-over-year growth. So like those are some really interesting numbers that have been driving our excitement about the region. We've had investments in the region previously in Japan as well as Singapore in terms of our office expansion, but we've also opened our new office in Seoul that's going to be coming later this year. And so we're continuing to invest in this region, and we're very excited about growing in Asia, and that's one of the key reasons that we're here. The second reason that I've been kind of coming out to this region for this particular trip has been the OpenAI for Countries initiative. And this is something that we talked about 3 weeks ago, which is we announced this initiative in conjunction with one of our very first partnership with the UAE, which is we're excited to build AI infrastructure with countries across the globe because we think that this is going to be one of the most important types of infrastructural initiatives for the 21st century if you really want to take advantage of AI.
Yeah, a lot of this region is, very much fragmented. It's different levels of development or digitalization, at least, and different regulations. And of course, we can't escape this tense geopolitical environment with the US and China that has really spilled over artificial intelligence. So how does OpenAI plan to navigate all this?
Yeah. So I think the bottom line here is that the countries, in Asia and everywhere else, I think, are ultimately going to have to chart their own path. And we're here to partner with them in terms of building their infrastructure and their AI system, how they think that it should work in their country and their economies. And I think the point that we've been really trying to make is that there are choices that people are going to have. We're here to help them make those choices. And I think that's really the main point of all of this. And really, when we think about how this is going to work in various regions, we're the technologists. Our mission is to ensure that AGI benefits all of humanity. There are going to be societal decisions that need to be made, and those are going to have to occur on a country-by-country basis.
Yeah, and of course, there are concerns, of course, when it comes to safety and security, especially with closed-source AI models like that of OpenAI. So when you talk to different countries here and different government leaders, how are you convincing Asian governments that closed-source models are the way to go and they have this safety in mind for everybody?
Yeah, so I think the key point here is it's really about trust. So I think that is the thing that people are really trying to get at when they talk about safety. And for us, that is the thing that we're trying to accomplish when we are engaging in innovation in this area. And so let me talk a little bit about a few of the things that we do when it comes to trust through the safety work that we do. So we've put out a framework that we call our preparedness framework, where we are measuring the capabilities of the models and then pairing them with the mitigations that we have that ensure that the models are risk managed. We are transparent about the processes that we do or that we engage in for governance. And so if you are a business looking to understand what does this lab or this company do to ensure that it's following risk management procedures before it puts a product out in the market, you can understand what we do. And so that is another part of the transparency that I think people think comes with open models, but you can still have that transparency even when the model's not an open weight model. And I think even when you take into account all of these factors, when it comes to API type of approach that we generally have, we are still also going to put out an open weight model as well. I think Sam has talked about that, and that's probably coming later this year. And these things are not mutually exclusive. We can put out this kind of API-driven approach where we are managing a lot of things for businesses and with these trust-based mechanisms that we're talking about, and we can pair them with an open weight model so that they have really what that they think about is kind of an insurance mechanism where if they want to have the ability to control the model's weights themselves, they'll still have the ability to do that, through the open weight release.
Yeah, and when it comes to the technology, you're talking about international expansion for OpenAI. Here at the conference, there's a lot of excitement over the different innovations out there. But for you, what are your AI predictions for the next year?
Yeah, great question. So I think the really good way to think about this is to think about AI in stages. And so you had first, the chatbot stage, then you had the reasoning stage, which really began with the O series models of last year. And now you're going to see the agent stage. And you're already seeing this with some of our releases earlier this year, like deep research. It's not just reasoning, it's actually reasoning and searching the web and then looking at the results and analyzing them, reasoning through whether they're good research snippets for you to understand. Then it is putting the reports together for you. And so it's actually taking actions. And I think you're going to see other types of capabilities like this. We also have our operator product that's performing actions for you on the web. And so you're going to move increasingly towards, hey, ChatGPT or hey, other agent product, go do things for me online, which actually has been unlocked by the previous stages. I can talk to it. Now it can think based on what I have asked it to do, and now it can act. And so I think that is where the next stage of innovation is going to come from.
Yeah, something to look forward to for sure, Jason. Appreciate it. Jason Kwon, their Chief Strategy Officer at ChatGPT maker OpenAI.